The shit has hit the proverbial. I mean, the proverbial has hit the fan. PETERMONN is still being called out by not only his fans, I was a fan, but also from people that used to be his friends. One in particular has made a video today. His name is Dustin Dailey. Now, I've never been a fan of Dustin Dailey, to be honest with you. I popped in and out of his channel, had a look, not really been interested in what I've seen, and walked out again. Now, somebody told me, I'm getting people telling me things now as if I'm a drama channel. I'm not a drama channel. I do reviews, but I also review YouTubers. There, got that in. Anyway, so somebody told me, have a look at Dustin's video. I looked at it, and I tell you what, I wasn't entirely surprised because I've been thinking this for such a long time. PETERMONN is not who he says he is. Now, I'm not saying he's a nasty guy. I don't know him enough to know whether he's a nice guy or not. All I can say is he comes across as fake. In his now, I always, whenever I put a comment on somebody's thing on Twitter or on whatever, I always say, you need to look at his now to see what he's really like. He's not very likeable in there. He comes across as being really smug, rude, antagonistic. He attacks anyone that says something that he doesn't like, and he's generally a completely different person on there. Now, if you look at my videos, if you see me on Instagram or Twitter or on here, I'm exactly the same person. I don't have to put any fake on. I wouldn't fake myself to be like this. This is who I am. Now, I think what's happened is with PETERMONN is people have suddenly realised, do you know, he sits there preaching about these things, different things in order to give people better lives, and yet there's some discrepancies in his own behaviour, one of them being the tweets. I've already done a video about that, so check that one out. I don't want to go over the same thing because otherwise I'll be doing what he does. I'll be rambling on forever and ever. I don't want to do that. I just want to address and update my thoughts on PETERMONN, Don Monn. I came out with it first. That's what I'm going to call him. Now, I've just had a look. I had a look at Dustin Dailey's video, and I've been following what's been happening on Twitter, and it's very interesting. Before I start reading out a few recent tweets, I want you to have a look at PETERMONN's comments. For the first time ever, there's so many negatives on there. He cannot get his fat fingers on there quick enough to delete them, I'm telling you. There's too many. There's loads and loads and loads of people saying, what the hell is going on? I agree with Dustin Dailey, and you need to address Dustin Dailey, and all things like that. Negatives on Don Monn's channel. Can you believe it? Put that on and he's uploaded again. So I thought, what's he uploaded this time? Another car vlog where he's just sat in the car, burping away, thinking about, I've had a, I can't do an American accent, sorry. I've had a really busy day today. I got up. This is my impression of PETERMONN. I got up. I walked the dog. Actually, today, I walked them a few times. No, he doesn't! What he does is he opens his back door and the poor little things go wandering. He's already said that he never walks his dogs. He said, I've been walking my dogs today. Been walking my dog. And then we have all this, I'm really sorry about my nose hair. Always cutting my hair, and it always goes. He spends a whole time touching his nose. It's not attractive. It's bloody awful. Stop doing it. Anyway, so then after a few burps and everything, we didn't get anywhere. How long was it? I don't know. Normally he manages to at the car vlogs for at least an hour so that he can fit in 6 or 7 advertisements in it. It's a joke. I tell you what, these people that love him must truly love him to put up with it, because it's the same every single time. And as I've said, I was a fan of PETERMONN. I've watched hundreds of his videos. So I'm not just somebody who's jumping on the bandwagon. I have watched him, and I have watched him change. I've watched him turn into a greedy piggy. Anyway, the point I wanted to say about this video, his last video, is that not a word about what's happening outside of his little car. Not a word. Nothing about Dustin. Do you remember videos back in the day when it was always, oh yeah, well my friend Dustin, my friend Dustin, my friend Dustin. Now all of a sudden, it's my friend Rich Luck. My friend Rich Luck. Do you know what I really love about this is that there are so many people that are saying exactly what I thought. And you know, in my life, that doesn't happen very often. I'm normally the one that nobody believes. Nobody pays any attention to. It's just the way of the world, in Jan's world. Anyway, so I've been reading these things and I'm thinking, yes, yes, that's what I've been thinking. Honestly, there's some great people out there who aren't afraid of Don Monn's minions coming after them. I'm not afraid. I'll say what I want to say. If I think he's fibbing, then I'll blooming say he's fibbing. Well, there's so many people saying that all he's doing is hanging on the coattails of these famous YouTubers. Of course he is. We know that now. And now apparently he's done this really nice video on Jacqueline Hill after been slagging her off forever. So people are questioning him now and they're saying, well, hang on a minute. You were slagging her off the other week. How come you're all friends with her now? And what happened is, I noticed this months and months ago. On Twitter, he very rarely used to speak. Whenever he did, it was always to jump into somebody else's tweet, like Jeffree Star's or even Manny's back in the day. And I'd always noticed that. It's like me jumping every time Queen Elizabeth speaks about something and say, yeah, Liz, I think the same as you, love. Do you know what I mean? It's like, people are going to think, she's mad. Why is she doing that? Well, I must say, PETERMONN has got away with it for a long, long time. But now he's being held accountable. That's what's happening. So, everyone's saying, he's only saying this because he's only jumping on their coattails because he wants to be bigger on YouTube. You can sort of understand it, but be bloody honest about it if that's what you're doing, because it's so obvious. He goes on and on and on about Trisha Paytas. Let me tell you, she was on UK Big Brother. She was a laughing stock. And it's always surprised me how a 46-year-old man would find her so incredible, as he's always saying, oh, she's brilliant. No, she isn't. She's an idiot who sits there and fills her face with food in front of the camera. Stupid woman. Right, what I am going to do is just read you the most recent tweet that came to my attention. Right. Someone's answering to somebody who's slagging off Dustin, saying, well, Dustin, why are you saying nasty things about Peter? And someone's put, he's tired of hiding how shitty Peter is. It's not just Dustin. Martin, Paige, Sam and other smaller channels are all agreeing that Peter is shitty. He lies when he tells stories. The Peter we see is not the real Peter. It's all an act. Agreed, guys. Hooray. Listen, I don't want him to fail. I don't hate him or anything like that. But he's got a bit smug and he knows his following is very tight. He knows these people worship the ground he walks on. So he just can keep shoveling out all the crap onto his channel. Oh, I must just say before I go, this is going to go on forever. I must just say, I just saw his, he put up a video yesterday about going shopping with his best friend. They look like an old married couple, I'm telling you. And not in a good way. They look like bookends. What amazes me is they go around this shop. What's it called? Is it Maya or something like that? Or one of them. One of those American ones. They go around there acting like they're 5-year-old kids. If I was out there with my grandchildren and they acted like that, I'd say, oi, stop it. But no, it's PETERMONN, so he can act like a twat and try and do the hula hoop around his rotund belly. It looked ridiculous. Stop it. That's enough for now. If you want me to do any more videos about the beauty channel, let me know down below. Because I can still review them, can't I? You take care of yourselves out there. It's a rotten old world. And I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye for now.